Good morning, I am Nimala from Computer Application Department. Now we are going to see the topic is OSI reference models in computer networks. So what is OSI? OSI means Open System Interconnections. It is used to how communicate the data between from one system to another systems by the guidelines of OSI reference model. So it has 7 layers. These are 7 layers of OSI model. Topmost application layer and next presentation, session, transport, network, data link, physical layers. So each layers had communicate with their adjacent layers. That means application layers connect with the presentation layer and presentation connect with the session and session connection communicate with the transport layer and transport communicate with the networks, network communicate with the data link communicate with physical layer. So each layers contains some some functions. Application layers performs end users layers, that means applications that for examples WhatsApp, browser, whatever inside, whatever before in applications in front of us, that is application layers. It's not applications, just application layers. And presentation layers is performed with the syntax layers, and session layers is compressions and establish connections performations, and transport layers performs to end-to-end communications, and network layer performs the data is converted into packets and sends to another another process, and data link layers is performed frames how the data is framings and meaningful data is sent to another host, and physical is full and full deal with the physical communications. And first the topmost layer is the application layers. So application is the topmost layer. It is full and full response with host based and user facing applications. So already I told in WhatsApp or Facebook, so whatever message from the sender, we just see receive that message, and also it's using some protocols like FTP and SMTP. So in FTP concentration with the files transferred from one browser to another, and HTTP means that means we searching some informations from the browser, and SMTP means we transfer the mail from one mail to another mail is used by SMTP protocol. These are the functions of application layer. And presentation layers, it is deal with full and full syntax and semantics, that is a meaningful of data transfer to another host. In functions of presentation layers, we see encryption, translation, compressions. So encryptions means the data is full and full dealing with privacy. That means no hackers cannot steal our informations, because we have to be encrypted. As a sender sends a message is encrypted, and after reach the data to the receiver, it means decrypted. That means ciphertext in encryptions and plain text in decryptions. Okay, translation is just process our informations from one system to another, like strings, numbers, characters, extra. And compression is just data compressions, that means reduce the size of data like text, images, etc. Okay, it's a functions of presentation layer. And next, session layer. Session layer is important in this OSI layer model. Full and full performs establish connections between two systems, two processes, two hosts. So the functions of session layers means first dialogue control and synchronization. Dialogue control means it allows communications between two processes, which can be either half duplex or full duplex. What is half duplex? What is full duplex? Half duplex means sender can send data, also receiver can receive data, but no at the same time, just one after another time. In full duplex means sender can send data, receiver can receive data at the same time. Simultaneously, both the conversation is communicated. And synchronization means transmitting the data in a sequence. If some errors occurs in the transitions, that means some hardware problems, that again transmission take place again from the checkpoint. This process called synchronization. Next our topic is transport layer. It is referred to as segments. So in transport layer, data is a segment. Segment is contain sequence number and port number. Sequence numbers is just data is arranged in forms of sequence and then sends to another host, and port number is to just connect the ports, for example Firefox or Chrome or Mozilla, etc. And these functions of the transport layer in which segmentation reassembly. That means already I told sequence number, sequence numbers and port numbers communicator. And service point addressing means this TCP headers contains header, that means a source address and some destination address. So it have the feedback. Feedback means no error. If sender sends a data, then receiver have received the data and also sends acknowledgement to sender. Then only sender knows okay, it will be received by receiver, then sends again data. So this feedback is also performed in transport layer. And next topic is network layer. The network layer is a main important points in our OSI model. It's the transmissions of data from one host to another host. And these functions of network layers means addressing, routing, packetting. And addressing means it adds the source and destinations address of each headers of the frames. It is that means IP address. It's uniquely identified by the host. And routing is the just transform the data in the optimal path. That means which best path it's identified, then only sends the data to their routes. And packet sizing. In network layers, each data is converted into packets, then it sends to another layer. That means it's data link layers. So this process known as packet sizing. And our next topic is data link layer. It is responsible to node delivery. So main functions of these data link layer means error free. If some error in the transmissions of the data link layers, it is the most responsible to clear that data link layer. It's also used some functions, that means error corrections code and error detecting code. Okay, it's framings, it encapsulates it into one frames and sends frames bit to bit in the hardware. And error controls, so error controls it can deals with errors, also using some concepts parity, Hamming code, checksum, CRC, etc. Flow control means it has the speed or capacity of the sender sends data to the receiver. It can just control. It's called flow control in the data link layer. And bottom most layer is a physical layer. So physical layer is very important. It's full and full deal with the physical medium like a cable and wire and signals. Signal means non-guided media, just information passes through the ear and signals. And physical mediums included guided media. Guided media means fiber optic cables and coaxial cable, etc. So in this functions is data rate, topologies, transmission mode. So the data rates it defines the transmissions, what's the number of bits per second, so how many bits per second it's transferred to one host to another host. And topology means it's defines the structures, it's a mesh or star or ring or bus. And transmission modes it's a what type of modes it sends the data. It means simplex, half duplex, full duplex. Simplex means just senders only can send the data, and half duplex means sender can send data, receiver can receive data at the one time, and full duplex means same sender can send data, full receiver can receive data at the same time simultaneously. So overall physical layers is mostly full and full concept with the transfers the raw bits, that means zeros and ones to another host. Thank you.